first things first. In order to maximize your profit, you have to first learn how to minimize your loss, right? You can't, how can you maximize profit if you're constantly giving back your profits, right? So the first step to maximizing profit is minimizing loss, okay? Number one, you need to track everything you're doing. So for some of you, this is a recap, but real quick, you need to track everything you're doing, okay? Whether you have one of my journals or whether you're just using a Google sheet or whether, whatever you're doing, however you decide to do it, you need to you need to track everything you're doing, okay? Every time you take a trade, you need to know what is your entry, what is your stop loss. Now, I personally don't use a take profit because I don't really set automatic trades. I don't set like a take profit and then leave it to hit my take profit. I'm always manual in and out. Majority of my trades, let me just kind of give you a quick little rundown. Majority of the trades that I take hit my stop loss. If you look at my sheet, you're always gonna see, not always, but a lot of the time, you're gonna see one red trade like every 3 trades. Price is gonna pass this structure. When price gets into that area, I'm taking half my trade out, instantly, instant. Now, I'm not waiting for price to get past that. Why? Because generally, what's gonna happen? When price gets to that level of structure, it's gonna wanna start playing around, maybe pulling back, playing around before it goes up. So the minute I see price approaching that structure, I'm half out of the trade. A lot of times that happens within 10 minutes. I confirm that and I tighten my zones, make sure they're precise. And then I zoom in so I can see just what I'm looking for. Now, go back to everything I was just showing you on the board. Remember how when I see a trade, I want to make sure that it has opportunity for me to scale out? Well, guess what? See all that structure in there? All those highs and lows? If that thing buys, there's opportunities for me to scale out of that trade. There's opportunities for me to take profit, okay? I'm gonna come down. If I'm looking at the 30-minute chart, I'm gonna stay there and I'm gonna find a breakout entry. If I'm looking for the day trade, I'm gonna stay right there and I'm going to find price pushing up, showing me that it breaks this area, pulling back. Remember how I said I always buy when it's red? It pulls back and it retests this area to confirm. Remember how I want confirmations? Remember how I said confirmations? What if this pushes up and then just pushes down? I never got a confirmation. What I'm really looking for is I'm looking for price to show me a confirmation that it's going to stay above that line.
Income? But that 30% of net income is gonna have an additional 15.3% self-employment taxes. No one wants to pay an additional 15.3%, right? We all said we like to pay taxes, but we don't like to overly pay taxes, right? So here is what we need to do. We'll open an LLC. We'll elect for an LLC to be treated as an S Corp for tax purposes. So what's the point of electing for an S Corp? Well, the very first pros of the S Corp election is we're avoiding the 15.3 self-employment taxes. That's the very first thing to do. Now, the second thing you could do with that, you can itemize more expenses. So I always tell people, when you start a business, right? Don't think of making money at first. Think of spending money onto your business to make it grow, to make more approach to your business, right? So I would spend more on marketing, I would spend more on growing the business, I bring more employees to go bring me more clientele, right? And I'm not gonna make money the first couple of years because I don't wanna pay taxes. And that's what Amazon did, that's what Tesla did. That's what all the big companies that you hear of do, right? And that's how rich people do. So taxable income is still gonna be 100,000. 100,000 and 100,000, right? Tax rates. If I'm under an S Corp, it's gonna be passed through to my personal income. And then it will be, if it's a pass-through income, it's gonna be using my personal bracket. Use myself as an example, being single and finding that's 24%. So we're talking about $24,000. As an LLC, it's gonna be the 24% plus 15.3 self-employment, right? So with that being said, we're talking about almost approximately $40,000 in taxes, okay? If I'm doing an S Corp with compensation, okay? I paid myself on payroll. I have a $60,000 payroll expense. Out of that $60,000, I have tax withholdings of $40,000. My net profit is $40,000, right? Because that 40 is part of the 60, just so you know, because I don't want you guys to be thrown out. Those two numbers should equal 60, which is net payout to myself, $20,000, $40,000 I gave to the IRS as withholding, right? Then my net income came out to 40,000, sorry, right? It came out to 40,000. Now, I am actually going into a lower tax bracket. Does that make sense?
What? Like, was that not unbelievable?
If money is your why, you'll never enjoy it until you get there. And when you get there, you'll want more. Honestly, if you make 100 grand, are you gonna be happy? You'll like it. I'm cool with 100 grand. Anybody want 100 grand? But once you get 100 grand, you don't want to?
Right.
Oh, once you get $250,000, I'm good, that's it. My life will be changed. You say that now. I remember, I wish Jessica was here. Is she downstairs or she going to take care of our big old Cane Corso, big dog. I remember when I couldn't even wrap my brain around these. I went to the first meeting at one of these MLM companies that was teaching Forex. And man, they shouldn't have ended where they did because they actually almost scared me away. They was talking about, you could trade, do all this stuff, cool. Then they started getting into, oh my God, down here, 1 million. Man, they scared me. My brain couldn't even fathom $100,000 a month. I hadn't seen $100,000 in a lifetime. You talking about $100,000 a month? My brain isn't even, I'm not there. I can't even, that's too good to be true. So I went home and I said, man, if I could make 10,000, and I remember praying those prayers. Y'all think I'm lying. When I say broke, y'all don't know broke. I was broke. I remember praying them prayers. Lord, if I just had 10,000 at one time, my life wouldn't be changed forever. I'd have it all mapped out. Man, $10,000, you ain't gonna do nothing with $10,000. If you're and I don't go to the casino, I'm not a gambling man, I don't do that. But if you are and you go to the casino, talking about I got a $100 limit, walking out of there $1,200 in the negative, you ought not to be on these charts. You hear me? You go on vacation with a $5,000 budget, come home $12,000 negative, you ought not to be trading Forex. This is for disciplined people. This is for people who got their disciplines in order, who know how to check themselves. If you can't control yourself, you can't control your money. If you can't control your own behaviors, you sure can't control your bank account. The way you do anything is the way you'll do everything. Don't tell me how you're gonna be perfect and professional in your trading when you're not perfect and professional in your personal habits. We were just talking about this the other day. You know, I can't read a book for 3 minutes. I can't discipline myself to read a book for 3 minutes, but I'm gonna be a master trader in a year. You kidding me? The way you do anything is the way you'll do everything. Right? If you treat trading like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. If you treat it like your future, right? Everybody with me? Or I make you mad? As for the actual skill set, you're gonna need to learn the principle of measure twice, cut once. Anybody a carpenter? Anybody ever done any carpentry? What does that mean? Make sure. Right. Once you cut it, you can't uncut it. So measure twice before you make that cut. Double check. Get your confirmations in order. Do all that before you jump into a trade. Why? Because we measured twice, we cut once. I don't want to waste material. You'll need to follow a plan and remove all bias from your trading. What does that mean? I don't care if it's a buy or a sell. Right? Think about it this way. Most of the people you talk to or most of the people you hear from on Forex or any kind of trading, or stock trading, anything, what are they gonna tell you? I need to know if this is gonna go up or if this is gonna go down. I'm telling you, you don't need to know that. I don't care if it goes up or down. I'm gonna remove all bias from my trading. Because if I have a bullish bias or if I think it's gonna go up, the probability is I'm probably gonna miss out on a sell. Or if I think it's gonna go down, I'm gonna miss out on a buy. I wanna remove all bias from the trading. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take and I'm gonna find those zones. Remember that stuff I talked about earlier? I'm gonna find those zones and I don't care which way it goes. If it goes this way, I'll buy it. If it goes this way, I'll sell it. It don't matter.